Heritage Month, that's what this month stands for. 21 years since the 24th of September, which was declared an official National Heritage Day and a public holiday. The month of September also takes stock of the progress that we have made in protecting, preserving and in promoting our people's heritage and culture. In studio, I think it's our annual visit that we do have from Sonwabile Mancotywa, the CEO of the National Heritage Council. It's so good to see you.
Morning, Leanne.
This is when I know heritage comes under discussion. As soon as I see you, then I know Heritage Month has started. But you're still concerned, though. I mean, do you think we are preserving our heritage enough as South Africans?
I think people have become aware about their heritage. I mean, I see, community organizations, communities coming together. I've seen a lot of invites. I mean, for instance, to the office, clients, being,
more than usual.
Conscious, more than usual.
Good.
It therefore means now that the whole country is becoming more conscious about their heritage, and in line with our vision of a nation proud of its African heritage, because we are Africans, and the question is, how do we ensure that as South Africa is part of Africa? We actually able to celebrate who we are.
Yeah. How do we define heritage? I mean, how would you say that you as a South African, this is how you define heritage?
Heritage basically is our inheritance, what we've inherited. But at the same time, in heritage, you don't just look back. We say, let's look back for the sake of going forward. What is it that inspires us as a nation? What is unique to us? But at the same time, how do we ensure that we're able to preserve what belongs to us, while ensuring that we also appreciate what belongs to other people, the things that actually inspires us from other people. For instance, if you look at our national anthem, I mean, Zambians actually playing our own Nkosi Sikelel, even that they were inspired by us, which is part of civilization. So really, heritage is what becomes emotional to us, that our identity. Whereas history is everything that has happened, on the record of history, good and the bad. That is actually part of that. So in heritage, we celebrate, what belongs to us as part of our history, but at the same time, how then do we inspire, generations to come? And
use some of those heroes that we have our heritage based in. And I talk about this because I think we're drawing from the theme for this year. And the obvious theme is the celebration of Oliver Tambo. So it's actually called the Year of Oliver Tambo, celebrating our liberation and heritage and democracy. Tell us about this theme and how do we work with the heritage and the legacy of our Tambo?
I think they are looking at values that shaped who Oliver Tambo was. His dignity, his how he displayed unity, and his leadership qualities, his love for children, for instance.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's an interesting story that we have interviewed one of the veterans who was his bodyguard. I mean, he left the country when he was 15. Wow. Yeah, and here we are one day actually going to the camps in Angola, and he saw this 14-year-old, and he said, "What do you want?" Yeah, and he said, "No, I've come." And he was carrying AK-47. I'm fighting the system. And he asked, "What do I bring you?" He said, "Can you bring me sweets?"
Oh, shame.
And then he actually brought, and we told the OR went to actually one day he actually brought those sweets.
Amazing
and that those are people that were actually interviewing to reflections by ordinary people about OR, who this OR was, how did he, what values inspired people to actually follow. I mean, every song, many songs actually are correcting those songs about OR Tambo, but at the same time to say that what is it that the country can do, not just to remember OR, but reflect. And make an introspection on ourselves as leaders. To say that here is somebody who actually served the nation and led. I mean, remember, OR never said that he was. He said release our leaders in the march, and yet he was a leader. He was a president himself, but he never said. He never put forward the fact that he was a president. Release Nelson Mandela, release our leaders. And even they asked him, why do you say release other leaders and yet you are a leader yourself?
And you're a leader yourself.
So I think those are things that we're actually learning from this, ordinary, person who became really an embodiment, held the ANC for 30 years.
If you look at it, and we're just moving into our news time very shortly, but just in terms of heritage, do you feel that South Africans, and let's look at the schooling system, for instance, do you think we teach the youth enough about our heritage to keep our heritage alive and be very proud? Proudly South African, proudly African. How do you think it works for us?
I think we have specific programs that looked at the young people. We have what is called decolonization of our heritage.
Yeah.
How do we liberate that voice? We want that voice of young people. We often, people don't know about South African heritage. You see tourists, for instance, knowing a lot about our own. I mean, what Mapungubo is. We have just added a 9th World Heritage Site now, Komani landscape.
Yeah.
Some people confuse this month as tourism month,
Absolutely.
And yet heritage is a content to tourism. Tourism is an output, is a factor. There could be no tourism without heritage. Therefore, that's why if you look at our vision and what we are doing, we have already invested more than 40 million to community projects. Our heritage is more than 4.5 billion years old. It's not just about the arrival of Jan van Riebeeck. How then do you ensure that is known? I mean, you look at our publications. We've got the programs of young people for just outreach with St. Parks and as well as Department of Education. In Stratton Lillian this year, for 2 weeks in Kimberley, where you will also have our Heritage Awards, young people will be sitting down to define unsung heroes.
Yeah.
Themselves. Who an unsung hero is Ubuntu. Now, we have infused Ubuntu as part of our Heritage Awards and indigenous knowledge. Wisdom people and organic intellectuals. We were saying that heritage is not just about Heritage Month. Every day is a Heritage Day.
Certainly.
There could be, as Ngugi wa Thiong'o said, that countries that invest on their heritage, which is the DNA of a society, are likely to do well in the economy and politics. So heritage, it's so important, is a strategic resource to humankind.
I leave it there on that beautiful note. It's always wonderful to have you in studio talking to us. Sonwabile is the CEO of the National Heritage Council. September is Heritage Month here in the country. It's marked on the 24th of September, which was officially declared National Heritage Day. And as, of course, South Africans, we have this as a public holiday, and we just look forward to celebrating our heritage throughout the month. Sonwabile, thank you again for joining us.
Thanks so much. Thanks, Liam.